Thank you for joining me. I'm Lisa Wick, Style of Connections Yoga. We're looking at the Yoga Sutra, Nidra. Nidra means sleep. It's not going to sleep, but it is a state of awareness, of consciousness that you bring yourself in so that the body can relax. Yoga Nidra, Nidra, sleep. It is a deliberate sleep, a voluntary sleep. It's not like the times where you may be reading a book or watching a movie and you fall asleep without your conscious decision. It is very conscious, very deliberate, very voluntary. With Nidra, you are inviting inward meditation. That's called samyama, an inward meditation. We try not to fall asleep when we engage in our Yoga Nidra. Our Yoga Nidra is a space of relaxation, complete relaxation. So we'd be in that traditional position of lying down to the earth. We're making our way there. But when you come into your Nidra, you want to be consciously aware and alert of your thoughts, of your feelings, of your breath, and of your intention. If you were to fall asleep, which sometimes happens pretty common for people in Yoga Nidra, then what happens is you don't get the full experience of meditation, of inward meditation, samyama. Instead, you get a sleep, a nice, relaxed, darkened space. You don't get that inner awareness of thoughts. So that's what we're aiming for when we come into our Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra, it's conscious awareness, being present in your space. You want to connect to the environment of you and your space, and the environment of the air, the temperature, the props, everything around you. You don't want to lose your connection. Why are we trying to come into Yoga Nidra, making our way there to that space? It is to clear the citta, the heart-mind. When we come to a single thought, and that may be our intention, it may be focused on the breath, an emotion, a thought, we fill ourselves with light, with a clearer citta. Not the darkness of deep sleep, the light, so that we can connect to our parusa, that inner light of awareness within. Let it fill the mind, the heart, our citta, so that we can really embrace the experience of that conscious, profound relaxation. We come into our Shavasana space. Now here's where we can get really comfortable. We want to get comfortable. Maybe you place a bolster under the knees. If you have an eye pillow, cover your eyes. I invite you to bring your arms by your side and turn palms to the sky. That is the greatest gesture of receiving in yoga practices. It will relax the shoulders and open the heart. And as you come into this space, we come to our guided imagery. So as you come into your space, remember we want to be conscious, aware, but let the body relax as much as you can. Journey with me as we go into our space. We welcome Yoga Nidra. We welcome a profound, conscious edge of sleep, but be awakened. So you are lying on your bed, nice and comfortable. Noticing the pillows and the comforters, the blankets around you, maybe even your furry friends, keeping connection with you. And as you lie in your space, you let go with a big sigh breath, a big inhale through the nose, a big exhale through the mouth. And you know that you are safe. You imagine a large window or door close by, made of glass, and the light is coming in. It's not the darkness of night, but the blue skies of daytime, welcoming you, warming you, reaching rays out to you, inviting you. And so you imagine yourself going to that window or that door, and you look out and you see beautiful, puffy cumulus clouds just waiting for you. So you reach your arm out towards the cloud, and you gently drift towards the cloud. And as you get there, you settle into the space of comfort, just as if you were in your bed. You are well supported, relaxed, and you can feel the gentle wind blowing. But it's not a fast blow, it's just a gentle movement. And that cloud carries you to one of your favorite places. Imagine a small creek or a small river right at the edge of the woods. And the cloud brings you to that space right above the tree line, and you gently descend down till your feet touch the earth. And you feel the softness of the earth below you, but also the firmness, knowing it's there to support you. Perhaps there's a little trail that you've walked often along the creek, along the small river, and you feel quite at home here. You look around and you see the clear water, the bubbling, the swirling waves as it comes into the eddies along the edges of the water. You see plants that reach down to the water's edge as if to drink in the moisture, the coolness of the water. You wander over to a rock, a relatively large rock that is large enough for you to sit on. And you take your socks off and you stick your toes into the water, the cool water, and wiggle those toes. Feel the coolness as it cools your entire body. And then you look around with the sun's light warming your body, but not too warm. And you've got that coolness of the water going by. You then start to look at the shape of your waterway, noticing the bends, noticing the curves and the depth of the water, the places where it's shallow enough where you might see little minnows swimming in the water's edge, to where it gets a little bit deeper, maybe knee-high or even higher. You might see some insects, water striders, playing along the surface of the water, moving with the waves, moving with the current. And it's a slow, lazy current. And then maybe you see an area that you really enjoy going to that's a little bit deeper, a space where you can submerge yourself in the water. And so you get up and you travel to that space and slowly sink down into the water and let the water fall and pass over your shoulders, run through the back of your neck. And even if you want to, you take a deep breath and submerge your head into the water just for fun before you come back up and feel the warmth of the sun and the air around you. So you just float gently in the water, part of you resting against the earth so you're not pulled by the current, but yet you can still feel the current bringing the water by you. You wiggle your toes and feel the water moving between your toes. You run your hands along the surface of the water, just as if you were standing in a field of tall grass, running your hands along the top surface, barely touching. And then with playfulness and energy, you press your hands and slap them down into the water and feel the water droplets splash on your face. And then back into that feel of just floating. Calm, peaceful awareness, connection to the environment around you. All is perfect in your world. You are perfect. That's how you are right now, who you are. Everything just feels right. And you're at peace. And you breathe here in this space, feel in the environment around you, the air, the sun, the smells of the wetness and the earth near you. Breathing in the space. And take a deeper breath, gently pushing yourself up to a little bit more shallow space in the waterway, and look around. Over on the water's edge, you see a little crayfish playing along the edges of the water, along the rocks, looking, exploring its space around you. You might feel the gentle pass of a fish next to your foot as it slips by you, heedless of you in the water. And then you give out gratitude to the energy of the water, to the beauty that it invokes, to the coolness that it has given you. And you slowly make your way back to your rock and climb out of the water. And as you make your way back out of the water, you notice your wet clothes, which didn't seem to pull you down in the space when you were in the water. You wiggle your toes, seeing the water droplets slide off the feet. You shake out your hands, maybe slide your hands down your arms to let the water just run off. And then gently look up to the sky and oh, you see the cloud that's still there waiting for you. So you grab your socks, your shoes if you happen to have brought them with you. And then you stand up on your rock and take one final look at your beautiful space of peace and happiness. And know that you will return soon and often. You reach your arm up towards the sky, towards the cloud, and you're gently drawn up into the air, back to the cloud like the bed that you rest in. And you settle, embraced by the softness. And with that gentle wind that's in no rush to take you back home, you gently move towards your home. You feel the breeze, you smell the fresh air, feeling the sun's warmth against you, the light of the clouds are reflecting off the cloud. Safe, comforted, cool from your experience. And the cloud brings you back to your home. You gently reach your feet and come sliding gently down to the earth. You come back through that window or back through your glass doors and crawl back into your bed space, comforted next to your furries, welcoming the warmth and the release of the stress that you unconsciously carry with you throughout your days. Knowing that you can come back to the symmetry, back to your mindset, back to your breath, back to your intention. Anytime to experience Yoga Nidra. So I invite you to take a couple of deep breaths. Back to your natural breath. Moving fingers and toes, feet and hands, wrists and ankles, the head and the neck. Maybe as the head comes back to the center, it feels good to stretch out your arms in gratitude. Stretch through your legs, then draw your knees towards your chest, wrap your arms around your legs, and give thanks to yourself for coming into this Yoga Nidra experience. A gentle rocking side to side to massage the sacrum and the back. Feel the movement of the body like the movement of the water. And then gently roll over to your side and pause in that space. Maybe comfort the head. And know that sleep is good. Rest is good. Awakening meditation, even better. They say that an hour of a Yoga Nidra actually equals about 4 hours of deep sleep. The benefits that could come from it if you were engaged with it for an hour. When you're ready, take your top hand, the next breath or two, press into the earth and bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Maybe you sit on your blanket. Bring our hands to the heart center, our center of connection. May you go forth with a restful heart, full of peace and good health. Namaste. Thank you very much for sharing this class with me.